This motovlog is brought to you by Builders Blinds. Builders Blinds, designing blinds and shutters at factory prices. Online at buildersblinds.com. Not actual spokesperson. Let's do a topic about nostalgia. Nostalgia, 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 nostalgia. Alright guys, what's up? Time to do a topic about nostalgia. The funny thing is, as you get older, something starts to happen. First thing is, you notice that, and I don't know if I'm the only one that feels this way. I know, I don't know anybody else who would feel this way. But when I was a child and I looked up to adults, I always thought, and maybe it's the way I was raised, that adults knew better, knew, right from wrong. They were the smartest people around. And as I've become an adult, I've realized that it's not true. Definitely not true. Now, that was a good California roll. Ooh, we're playing the mileage game today. I have 2 bars left on my thing right here. And I'm gonna see how far I can go, because I decided not to stop and get gas. Oh man. Anyway, so it's like I became an adult, but at the same time, I don't know, I kind of still feel like a child. Like maybe I should know better, and that could be because I don't have any kids or anything. I don't know. I recently just well, I'm in a different demographic, but I recently just turned 29, and I find myself, like, I don't know, being nostalgic about certain things. Like, I'll give you an example. And I suggest nobody ever does this. Like, going on YouTube and looking at cartoons and stuff you used to watch when you were a kid. One, by doing that, it completely ruins it. Why? Because you remember things differently than they actually are. I'll give you an example. One cartoon I really liked, well, not all stuff. Some stuff does hold up. One cartoon I really liked growing up was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It was on in like the 90s. Yeah, I mean the 90s. I don't remember anything from the 80s. I decided, man, I remember how good that was. And I got the little nostalgic bone in, and I was like, oh, I'll go look at the 90s Ninja Turtles. It was cool, it was action-packed, and I watched an episode, and it wasn't cool, and it wasn't action-packed. It was kind of lame, and it kind of ruined my memory of that TV show. So, as you get older, things start to change. Like, you start to reflect back on stuff you've done. You start to, and I guess, now that we're in the age we're in now with technology, it's easier to go back and see things from your childhood. Like, I go back and watch like old 90s television commercials and laugh and laugh and laugh, and as you get older, your tastes start to change. Like, and I don't know, it's because as you get older you get more comfortable in your skin, but I'll give you an example. For instance, I call them dad jokes. They're like really, really corny jokes that your dad would say, that as a kid or teenager, if you said around your friends, would make you groan, and he would laugh and laugh and laugh. I love dad jokes, and not because they're funny, but because they're not funny. The fact that they're not funny makes them funny to me, because I'm weird like that. And I can't think of one right now. Damn, I sent one to my wife the other day, and oh yeah. Like, my wife called me And she was like, hey, where are you? Are you almost home? And I'm like, yeah, I just passed the store on the corner, you know, the one that sells alcoholic beverages. And she goes, the liquor store? And I went, liquor? I don't even know her. Oh, it was so corny. And she just kind of just like sighed, and I don't know, that to me is funny. Now, I don't know if that's because I'm like more comfortable in my skin, and I like reached a point where I don't care what people think about me, like how I look, how I dress, what I do. That doesn't bother me at all. But and I think that's what getting older a lot has to do with. Now, the fact that I don't have kids puts me in a weird position, because there's a lot of things that parents do or say that I feel like they're hypocrites about, like you know, drinking or underage sex and all that stuff, and they're like, oh, I never used to do that. Oh, we need to do something about these kids today. And I'm like, you people were just as bad as the kids are today. The only difference is they have, you know, Facebook and Twitter and Google Plus and Snapchat and LinkedIn and Kick and Instagram and Vine to like post all that stuff. But kids were just as bad, you know. Granted, I was like the nerdy kid, so I never really did anything bad. I was too goody two shoes, but the kids used to do stuff just as bad. The only difference was we didn't have Facebook to go and post it on, you know. It just makes me laugh. It's almost as if, and maybe this is why I kind of feel weird, you know, about getting older, because I don't have kids, is maybe when you have kids, it changes your perspective on everything. So it makes you more, what's the word I'm looking for? It makes you more, there's a word. It makes you more lame. No, it makes you more, it makes you want to do better for your kids, I guess. So you try to, you know, like, you know, figure out stuff for them to do. But there's a lot of things that you know, you got to do as a kid that, you know, I feel like kids today should be able to do, and they don't get to do, or, you know, parents act as if they didn't do that and try to, you know, restrain them. And it's like, you know, you got to kind of let kids be kids when it comes to that stuff. So I don't know, you know, like and the funny thing is, like, for me, I was never into motorcycles as a kid, so I can't even say, you know, oh, you know, as a kid I really wanted a sports bike. Now I'm older, I don't drive as fast and all this crap. You know, I've been really weird. I'm not the guy who drives whatever I'm on the way it's supposed to be driven. I feel like if I'm in an old gigantic boat of like a Cadillac, then I'm gonna drive it like an old gigantic boat of a Cadillac. Now if you put me in like on a something, you know, super fast, like what's a car that's super fast? Super fast car. You know, like, I don't know, Subaru Impreza or something, I'm gonna freaking wring its neck out riding it, driving it. Same with cars and cruisers, you know. If I was on a sport bike, you know, I'd be within reasonable speed, going really fast everywhere. See, that's how you cover your, you know what, when it comes to that stuff. See? So, in case somebody who's listening that would be, you know, hear that, I would never ride a sport bike super fast, even though that's how it's intended to be ridden. And if I did, I would do it within the confines of the speed limit. You know. So, you know, I don't know. It's really weird. You know, and I think about stuff too, like recently, as I get older, I realize my generation is becoming the generation that, like, they bring stuff out for. Like, I'll give you an example. Surge was really popular. Excuse me, pardon me, coming through. Surge was really popular when I was in middle school, and I used to drink like a ton of it, and then Coke got rid of it. The Mudweiser, gotta love Florida. Anyway, it was Surge was like the cool drink to drink in middle school. You know, it wasn't Mountain Dew or anything, so everyone drank it. And I remember drinking it, and they just recently brought Surge back. Surge is back, and I don't want to buy Wave. Oh, only one of you wave. The rest of you are a bunch of jackasses. Same with you. I don't want to buy it because of the Ninja Turtle effect. You know, I had the Ninja Turtles image of it in my mind, watched it again, and it sucked. Now, to counteract that, you know, there's stuff that I actually watched from my childhood that, you know, held up. So, I don't know, you know, so, but like Surge is back, and like, when I was younger, I really liked the movie Back to the Future, and, you know, everyone's like, oh, what's your favorite movie, Back to the Future? And everyone's like, oh, I'm Back to the Future, blah, blah, blah. And now it's like, Back to the Future is like a cult hit, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm getting old because that's my generation that's making it that cult hit. You know, that came out, you know, around the time I was 4 when the first one came out, but, you know, now they have the collector's edition, the Blu-ray edition of that movie, and they sell because my generation is the one that's driving that. So eventually, I think what I'm getting at is getting old sucks. And on that note, I am going to end this vlog. Thank you so much for watching. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night.